Hi everyone, welcome back to Black Equity. My name is Abby and today's video is going to be a simple guideline to estimating rehab costs. If you are a new investor and you've never estimated your rehab costs, then you should know that this is one of the core skills that will make or break your success in the real estate investing space. If you purchase a property thinking that it's going to cost you $10,000 to rehab, but it ends up costing you $30,000 to rehab, then that is $20,000 that is either eating into your profits,
Jesus is Lord,
or money that you are losing in that investment. So here is a quick and simple guideline that will help you in your next property. The first thing you're going to need to do is to know the area. Take a look around the neighborhood and understand the buyer in that neighborhood. Do most of the homes have higher end finishes or do they have average quality finishes? If you put top of the line finishes in an inexpensive neighborhood, then that is really just money wasted because there's only so much that a buyer is going to offer you on your property. On the other hand, if you under renovate a home in a top quality neighborhood, then understand that you will be getting lower offers or no offers at all on that particular property. So over or under renovating a home can be a very costly mistake. The second thing that you need to do is to tour the house slowly. Walk through the property very slowly and make notes of everything that you see that's going to need some work. I would, if you're a new investor, consider getting a contractor or another experienced investor to tour the house with you, or even sometimes a realtor might be able to help you. Make notes of everything that are going to need work and take measurements while you're there, but go through it slowly. Don't just rush through the process because you want to keep those notes for the next stage, which is categorizing your list. In this stage, what you'll need to do is to classify your list into major categories. For example, if you walk through the home and you realize that the plumbing in the small bathroom downstairs needs to be fixed, as well as the plumbing upstairs, as well as the plumbing in the kitchen, just write that into plumbing, because when you call a plumber or whatever specialist that you need to reach out to, then you'll be able to break down exactly what needs to be done. But you don't want to call 3 different people when one person can do that same job. So in the same way, categorize it into windows, into flooring, into electrical, and all the broad categories. Do that and then break it down within those categories. The fourth and final thing that you're going to need to do is to actually estimate the costs. Now the costs are divided into the material costs and the labor costs. So for example, if you have a category like flooring, you'll need to know what type of flooring that you are buying, and that will be dictated by the very first step, which was knowing the neighborhood. Depending on your neighborhood, you might need to get hardwood floors or you might need to get laminate floors. And in order to estimate that cost, you're going to need to either check online at your local big box stores or visit local suppliers in person or give them a call over the phone to find out the cost per square foot or cost per square meter depending on your area, and write that down. Now because during your walkthrough you took measurements, then you're going to need to multiply that cost per square foot by the square footage of the place that you are renovating. So for example, if you have floors that cost $1 per square foot and you have to fix 1,000 square feet of flooring, then you know that your material is going to cost you $1,000 plus tax. Don't forget to add the tax if you're in Canada. In terms of the labor costs, what you can do is to call up local contractors. So for example, take the flooring. You need 1,000 square feet of laminate flooring installed. The contractor is going to ask you whether you need them to demo the initial old floors or you just want them to install it. And based off of the size and the type of floors that they're going to be installing, they'll be able to give you a quote on that. Make sure you call a couple of contractors, maybe 2 or 3 contractors, to get an average number. Don't use the lowest number, don't necessarily use the highest number, but use the average of what they tell you. And so that is how you estimate the cost, and you're going to need to do this for each and every category. It does sound tedious, and it is, truthfully. But at the end of the day, you need to do this work because you never want to underestimate your rehab costs. Once you've put together a total of every contractor that you've called and all the materials that you've gotten the costs of, then the next thing that you should do is to add 10%. The reason why you add 10% is because one, materials get wasted a lot, and two, sometimes you might just have to buy a replacement, or things come up that you didn't really think of, and you want to give yourself a good buffer between what you thought it would be and what it could actually turn out to be. So I think 10% is a good buffer. Sometimes people might add 10 or even 20%. So yeah, that is a simple guideline on how to estimate your rehab costs. If you've never done this before, don't be afraid to try it out, but you really should always try and estimate rehab costs before you accept a deal or go into a project, because if you underestimate your rehab costs, you're in for a big surprise. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope it really helped you. If it did, leave a comment below letting me know if you've ever made mistakes in estimating rehab costs, or if you have any questions on what to do, especially if this is one of your first times doing this. Hit me up on Instagram at blackequity_, and let's chat there. All right, thank you so much for watching this video. Have a good one. Bye.